August 4th, 2022. Hope everybody out there is having a good day today. Start off by saying if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Talk to you a little bit today about what China's doing over there. We figured by now, they would do something drastic. You're hearing channels on here telling you that Taiwan is surrounded and they're just launching missiles everywhere over there, and that's not what's going on. Technically, China hasn't surrounded Taiwan. They're on the north side, the southwest side, and the southeast side. They're not completely surrounded. They're doing basically war games over there, live fire war games. Something's, to me it looks like they're just showing what they could do if they wanted to, because technically they're not doing nothing right now. But you'll have some of these channels on here telling you, that war's fixing to start any minute, that they're just piling up like Russia did on the Ukraine border. I don't think that's what's happening here, because there's a lot more to play. I've told you before, China could destroy America without firing a shot. All they would have to do is quit sending stuff over here, and our stores would be empty. 70 to 90% of our stores are stocked with stuff from China. That's just a simple fact of the way things are. If they did something and we sanctioned them, I guarantee you we wouldn't sanction the goods that they're sending to us, because that would close all our stores down. What we're seeing over there is China boasting. The people that, a lot of us know these type of people that talk a lot of craps about what they're going to do if this happens and this happens, and they won't do nothing. They're the type that just sits there and takes it or talks. That's what they are. People that won't bust a fruit in a food fight type people. They won't do nothing. They'll talk about what they're going to do, but when it comes down to it, they're not going to do nothing. Now, with that said, China could invade Taiwan, but I think what we're seeing is them just showing us, hey, we can do this if we wanted to. They're testing the waters to see what countries would do. But as far as some of these channels on here telling you that they're surrounded and it's just getting crazy over there, from what I've read and researched, that's not what's going on. They are doing live fire drills. Japan is saying that they shot a couple missiles up into some area where they shouldn't be doing it, type situation, but they're not hitting nothing or anything like that. This is all out in the water. But it could be a situation where they're trying to provoke another country into doing something, to attack them. A red flag event. Think back, like I said, you got to learn your history. Read back on the Gulf of Tonkin incident that got us into Vietnam. You got to read up on that kind of stuff. That could be what they're doing. But as far as them physically attacking any country right now, they're not doing it. They're not surrounded Taiwan, regardless of what you're hearing on channels. It's kind of like when we was hearing Ukraine, that the capital was surrounded and all this and that. They weren't. The whole west side of the country was open. But, news media was telling us that they were surrounded. They couldn't go nowhere. And we all know now, if you paid attention, that they weren't surrounded. They had the whole west open. But it's more sensational to sit on here or sit on the news channels and tell you Taiwan is surrounded. They've got it just walled off. They can't go nowhere. That's not what's going on over there. It could be a situation where, like Russia did Ukraine, how they massed up a bunch of troops on the border and then went in. Could be that. But you also got to stop and think, in China, they don't have all their military over there. They've got essentially their navy surrounded it. Technically not surrounded. See, I just said surrounded too, and I've been sitting here telling you it's not surrounded. What they have is they're on the north side of the island, the southeast and the southwest side of the island. They're not surrounded. They're in water. They're not nowhere near the island. They may be a couple miles from it, but technically they're not, surrounded the island. It could be a situation like Ukraine, though, where they're building up to go in. That's something we're going to have to wait and see on it. I think what it is they're trying to set up a false flag event. Say it's this country or this country, they hit a boat or something like that with a missile or something, and then that starts a war. They're provoking. That's what this is provoking. As far as them sitting there saying that you're going to see what they can do, I'm thinking this is what they meant. We're not seeing them do nothing that would, make another country say we're going to declare war on you. I think they're setting up to get a red flag event to get us involved in it, to get other countries involved in it, and then they can start the war. But what's frustrating me right now is hearing people say that they're surrounded. They are not surrounded. They're not firing missiles at Taiwan. They're not firing missiles over Taiwan. So the only thing that's happened so far is Japan claims that they shot a missile into an area they shouldn't be shooting it in the ocean. You know, didn't hit nothing like that. But Japan's claim, see, that's how stuff like this starts. All it takes is one person, and it just keeps going and going and going. And then next thing you know, we're at a war. But what's your thoughts on this? Let me know. Do you think that they're just showboating over there? Do you think they're just showing what they could do and they're not going to do anything? Because like I said, China's smart now. America is one of their biggest buyers. You know, all of our stuff comes from China. You got to think about that. Excuse me, think about that. If something was to happen over there and they cut off trade or something like that, our stores would be empty. You would see mass chaos in America, regardless of what you people, some of them say. You know, they claim that I don't go to Walmart, you know, I don't go to China Mart. Well, guess what? Every store in America is stocked by China. It's not just Walmart. Your Lowe's, your Home Depots, your hardware store down the road, your gas station, stuff in it. It's crazy how much stuff comes from China that's in our stores. And we're not going to do nothing to stop that right now. They're not going to, because, like I told you, this is a slow planned fall. It is speeding up. Things are going to speed up even faster now. But just let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think China's actually going to invade Taiwan, or do you think they're just trying to provoke a country into attacking them? Or is it setting up to a false flag event where some country can claim, hey, they hit one of our ships or something like that, and then start a war? Let me know your thoughts on this. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button. Like or dislike the video. Comment on this one. Stay safe out there anywhere you go in America. You're not safe anymore, or in the world. Keep your head on a swivel. Protect yourself and your family at all times, and get prepped up.